Hey everybody, Jake Andrews here with Blues Rock Guitar Lessons. Today we are going to get into the classic blues instrumental, Back at the Chicken Shack. Originally was done by the great jazz B3 artist, Jimmy Smith, but it has just regular blues changes, 1-4-5 blues changes. It's in the key of F. And it really prominently features the guitar on it, which is the best part. The original guitarist on the record, I believe, was Kenny Burrell, one of my favorites. Great blues jazz guitarist. Okay, so it's built mainly around double stops, double note, kind of partial chords. And as I said, this quickly became a standard with blues bands to play, really since it was released in the early 60s. So that is the way that I play this song. I kind of, make it a little fancier than the original, a little more aggressive on the guitar, but that's just me. All right, so let me show you my approach to it. So we are down here in the key of F. All right, the whole song overall is in F, and here's my F box. And I'm working off of an F chord, this F shape like this. All right, with my third finger here on the root note, my middle finger here on the third string, and then my first finger is barring across the first and second strings. Okay, this is a pretty standard basic chord. We're only strumming the last 4 strings. And actually what this shape is just the partial or half form of the full bar chord. So here's the full F bar chord, here's the half form, what I call the half form. It's basically the full bar chord minus the power chord. So this shape right here is more versatile for playing off of. We can do a... Whereas we can't do that with the full bar chord. We're locked up in the full bar chord, okay? And because there's no open notes, we can play this anywhere up the neck, and wherever you're at corresponds to the full bar chord, okay? This would be G, and this is also G. Alright, so this is the shape I'm playing off of. I'm kind of breaking it up into little pieces. So I'm starting with the root note. And actually what I do, I like to hammer onto the root note. So I like to hammer from my first finger on the 4th string, hammer onto my 3rd finger, and then pick it again. Okay, so that's my first kind of lead off lick. And the count off's like 1, 2, 3. Alright, now what I immediately do, I'm hammering onto this middle finger. So my first finger is really barring across the 2nd and 3rd strings. If you can get the 1st string as well, perfect. So you're going to firmly strum those and then immediately hammer your middle finger onto the 3rd string. Now you have to be careful that this finger stays arched and that you don't block the 2nd or 1st string here. Okay, so this might take a little while just for you to find your own perfect hand position for this, but it's well worth it because we use this little thing right here constantly in blues and rock and roll. Okay, whether it's strummed like that or played individually, we use that constantly. So that's the first part of it. I go, let me put these together. Okay, now my next move is to immediately pick back up on this root note and pick it once. And from here I collapse my ring finger across the second and third strings. I mean really across all three strings, but I'm really only focused on getting the second and third string picked. So just pick that root note and collapse it. Alright, watch this. One more time. 1, 2, 3. Okay, good. Y'all with me? Good. Now my next move is I'm going up into the second position here, okay? And with my ring finger and middle finger on the third string and second string, okay? I'm sliding into this little partial chord here. It's up in the second position of our pentatonic. So our second box looks like this. So I'm right on these notes. But I want to get them with my ring finger and my middle finger. And I want to strum them together. And I want to slide into them. Okay? Let's put that with what we already have. Okay? Now my next move is kind of just going backwards. I come back here to the root note on my ring finger and then collapse it again. Okay? Put that in there. So I push the beat there. Ba-ba. And then I end up right back on this hammer-on. Cut it off, okay? That's the full lick. Watch this, real slow. 2, 3. So we hold up here for a 2 count. Watch this. 2, 3. But let it ring out, okay? Once again. That's the timing. Ba 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 ba. And all the time, the bass line is just. That's the riff. So I do it twice here on F, just like that. Let me show you again. 1, 2, 3. Now I immediately come up to B flat or A sharp, which is the 4, which is the 4 chord change, and I do the exact same riff here once. Right here in the box. Okay, same thing, just one time, and then back to F. Same thing one time. Alright, now there's a space here, and what I do here is I throw in an F6 chord. Which is a very cool chord. Kind of it's used in blues and jazz a lot, okay? It's this basic F chord shape, but I throw my pinky down on the second string, right here in this fret, underneath my ring finger, and now it's a 6 chord, okay? Now, because I'm doing that, I don't have to bar this across any longer. I can just put my first finger simply on the first string. Okay, so this is a great chord. This is F6, and I'm going to play all 4 strings. Okay, so the way I throw this in here, I just go ba-da, kind of a, like a horn line hitting it, da-da. Okay, so after I come from okay, still with me? All right, let's get up to the turnaround here. Now, this is the point in the song where we're on the 5 chord change, which is C. Okay, so say I could be doing this kind of rhythm in the background. That kind of slow drive and shuffle rhythm, okay. Now, so let me explain this next part. See, here's C, here's our regular bar chord C. Okay, now what I'm doing for this little single note part, I'm picking up on these notes here, but with my first finger. I'm picking up on the 3rd string right here at the 5th fret, and I'm barring across those 2 notes, okay? So it's just part of that bar chord. And this is how I play it. Alright, you see that? So you see it. It's just an extension off of the full C chord. So from the 3rd string, I collapse to the 2nd string. And that's the timing there. Ba 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 ba. Okay? So after I do the okay? In fact, if you want on the 6th chord, you can strum it 3 times like da 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 to really fill up that space, okay? That's where it comes in. Now we immediately pull a full step back and do almost the same thing over the 4. Right here at the 3rd fret, I go. So it's the same lick, although I don't come back to this note. I just go. Okay. So putting these together. That's how it goes. And now I'm back on the 1, my F chord. So I pull my ring finger back here to the root note. And now I do that same move where I collapse it against the 3rd and 2nd strings. Now I collapse it and come right back to the root note. So I go. And then it's kind of the opposite of the first lick. It's kind of backwards. And then go here. And then repeat it. It's kind of the lick, kind of similar to, Muddy Waters, Managed Boy. Alright? It's just a lot quicker. Twice in a row. 2, 3. That's the point where I would start the next verse, okay? Okay, so we've covered a lot of little pieces here. Let me try to put them all together. Real slow now. I'm going to start it from the beginning. And I do it just like this. 1, 2, 3. 3. Okay? In fact, if you want, you can even throw in that 6th chord again there to try to fill out that space. So on that tag line on the end, and then I pick up the next verse, okay? Okay, let me try it again, and we're going to do it up closer to the original tempo right now. 1, 2, 3. Show you a cool variation I like to play where I actually pick these notes individually on this part. Okay, so I go. So this might just be a variation when I'm playing this this riff several verses in a row. Okay, I might throw this in. Let me play you a whole verse like this. 1, 2, 3. There you go. So traditionally, you know, when bands are playing this, usually kind of all their instruments are up top doing that main, kind of that main riff there, and then kind of after a few verses of that, guys start taking solos, playing here in F. So, you know, if you have a keyboardist, he's going to be playing solos, and then you as a guitarist, we're just playing here in F. Some F blues, F pentatonic. So there you go, guys, back at the Chicken Shack, key of F. Of course, you can play it in any key and experiment around with it, have fun with it. Hope you enjoy it, and I will see you in the next video lesson. Thanks so much for watching. I'll see you soon.